All right, attempt 4. Let's see if this works. Okay, so sorry for starting on the wrong slide. Let's start from the beginning. Welcome to the gronsfeld cipher. It's causing me grief. Alright, some history on the gronsfeld cipher is that the gronsfeld cipher is actually a branch off from the veneer cipher. Where the veneer cipher uses letterings, the gronsfeld cipher uses numbers. It actually uses a pseudo-random decimal key. Now, the cipher was created by Count Gronsfeld, and if you heard that ba-dum sound, that was my Skype going off. I apologize. The cipher was created by Count Gronsfeld. There wasn't a lot of solid information on Count Gronsfeld. The one thing I could find was that the reason he made this cipher is to help encrypt telegraphs and Morse code at the time. And another little interesting fact is that in 1892, a French anarchist group was actually arrested and found to be using the cipher. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but it's a really cool thing, like some crazy band of people were using this cipher. How to do the cipher. It's actually pretty easy once you have a key and know the system. So we're just going to take our random word, cab, 3 times. We transfer the letters into numbers, so C equals 3, A equals 1, B equals 2, so on and so forth. Then we take our key, and we line it up under our numbers. And now we add the numbers. So 3 plus 0 equals 3, 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 2 equals 4, so on and so forth until you get your encrypted code. Really nice, really easy. It's a bunch of shift ciphers, basically, is what this is. Now, if we want to decrypt the code, what we do is we take our 324657324 and we line it up with the key again, and then we subtract. So 3 minus 0 is 3, 2 minus 1 is 2, forgot my key for a second, 4 minus 2 is 2, and we get our decrypted code 3112, 312, 312, 312. And then you just transfer it back to letters. 3 equals C, 1 equals A, 2 equals B, cab. It also helps, oh my gosh, why is my Skype going off? I am so sorry. It also helps if we have this little nice thing that I'm scrolling over. I forgot what it's called, so I'm sorry. It's the thingy. And what it does is it takes the alphabet and it shifts it once each time, so you can find your lettering throughout that. That's always nice to have. Was it broken? Yes, it was actually broken. And one of the ways I found out that it was broken was because of the French anarchist group. When I was doing some reading on it, they could break their codes and figure out what they were saying to each other because of the code breaker. I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, but at the end, Bezeres, I believe. This lovely picture is of him. And he is actually a pretty good code breaker. He had a whole book on code breaking and broke the gronsfeld cipher. And so that is our code breaker right there. Now, in talking about the code breaker, we're going to go to a nice little website because this was way too much information to put into one slide. So I decided I would take you to the website. And it talks, and if you want to really know how to break a code, go to this website and read all about it. But it talks about how to break the gronsfeld cipher. So, because you usually don't have a key. So here's our gronsfeld cipher. And yes, sometimes when they'll get the encrypted numbers, they'll translate it into letters. So it's even harder to decrypt. Although it's just one extra step is basically what it is. And they simplify things, and they use 0 through 5, so A through F. And it's an attack on the gronsfeld cipher. So they take it and they shift. So they put in their cipher, their hidden message. They go to here. They put that in here, and then they shift it once each time. And then they go through and they find trigrams. These guys, where they go and they go from the first 3 columns and pick 3 letters via 3 numbers. And this is the trigram, and this is the code. And they go through, they pick them out and make a table, and then pick the most reasonable looking trigrams. So the ones that make semi-sense and don't have repeated numbers. And then they narrow it down to this. And so they go back and kind of do it again, but they mix it with other trigrams to try to make a pretty possible word. Like if they decrypted this word, this two trigrams together, it could possibly make a word, is what I get from this. And then they work on that, and they work on taking out different things, and then you get your decrypted code, which in this case is possibly check or check out, or possibly check out or check or not very likely. These are the candidates, the number code, and the comment. So it's a long process to break this code. Not terribly long, but it would take a little while. But this has all of the way you can break it. It's a pretty cool site. It's awesome. Another way for us nowadays with multiple things called laptops is you go to another site and you just put in the decryptor what you think is the possible key and see if it comes up with any words. Another possibility. So going back to that, I love that feature on Macs. That is how you break the gronsfeld cipher. And these are my references, and I hope this was informative and a little bit funny to listen to me talk. Everybody have a wonderful day. If I can figure out how to stop this. Look at my lovely corgi while I try to stop this video.